Do you want to know what the top 5 movies are that talk about autism? That's what we're talking about in this video. I'm Craig Khan, and I've got it going on, and this is TeamAutismpedia, where we're dedicated to educating you about autism so that you can learn how to improve the lives of people with autism. If you're interested in this kind of content, consider subscribing so you can get our latest videos. Being someone who is on the autism spectrum and has lived with autism his whole entire life, and also having been able to tell who has it and see different people's lives, I have a very good understanding that not every person's life is the same. Not every experience of a person with autism will be exactly what everyone else has. So, that's one thing that each movie is going to have. They're going to have one aspect of living on the autism spectrum. So you'll have to look at learning those lessons that each video has. And we're going to talk about that with each movie. The first movie on the list is Rain Man, which talks about Charlie Babbitt, who finds out after his father's death that he had has a brother who has autism, and who inherited all the money. After trying to figure out how to get the money from his brother, not the best guy, he starts learning about his brother and the different things he has with his autism, which include poor social skills, not understanding, being obsessive and having rituals that he has to follow every day, not understanding basic things like when some things a street sign says "do not walk" and it's flashing that does not mean stop walking. That means finish up walking on the road so that other cars will be able to go in a little bit. He learns a lot about his brother, and that even though he may not be good in everything, he's also very intelligent in numbers, that he is very good at numbers, and he has amazing skills at that, which some people with autism can be horrible at social skills, but very, very good at other kinds of intelligence. Movie is Mozart and the Whale. Mozart and the Whale is where two people, Donald, who runs a social skills group who has autism, meets a fellow autistic person, Isabella, who he falls in love with. But unfortunately, he doesn't understand all about dating and that, and leaves tons of messages on Isabella's answering machine. So that's one part of it, that people with autism may need a little bit of guidance when they're looking at dating and that. But with the movie, he also they struggle with each other's autistic tendencies. Isabella takes things very literally, and Donald has some of his obsession of things that he needs to be that way, like he doesn't want his apartment to be clean, which Isabella doesn't realize this and cleans his apartment. Another message with autism, that people need to understand what does the other person have and what are their unique things about being autistic. It's important to know what you're getting yourself into in a relationship and understanding the other person's needs. A relationship is not just about yourself and getting that joy, and that it's about giving to other people and knowing what their likes and dislikes are. So this is a good movie to give you some ideas if you're thinking of if someone you know is on the autistic spectrum and they're looking at dating, and to give them some ideas of what dating may be like and how to look at interacting with other people with their autism. This movie is called Adam. Adam is a movie about a guy who has aspergers, the high functioning form, and he meets a girl who moves into his apartment building, and he gets interested in her. he looks at getting into a relationship with her, and he eventually gets into it, and he tells her about him having aspergers and that, and deals with learning the social signals involved with dating and that, and how he can look at being properly in a relationship. It's not easy for every person on the spectrum to look at dating, but this is a movie which shows a person with on this autism spectrum who is somewhat successfully, although has some challenges, dating someone who is neurotypical or normal, even though he has his autism. So this is a good movie to look at if you're or someone who's looking at dating someone who has autism and not sure, and give yourself some ideas. Is this something that we can possibly work out and not? Although you should talk to people, especially people around them, to understand, is this person ready for a relationship? Can they do it? And what are the challenges that you're going to face when being in a relationship with someone with autism? When we make a video, I'll try to put one up, a link up here so that you can see that the video we have about autism and relationships. But yeah, you need to look at making sure that you can make sure that a person can succeed in a relationship. It's not easy being in a relationship, and even neurotypical people can also have challenges in relationships. So it's important to do all your homework and make sure that you're going to put your whole effort into a relationship, because relationships take work. The next movie is called Autism the Musical. Autism the Musical is a movie that shows the lives of 5 different people with autism over 6 months, and this is based on true accounts of people and done by actors, but showing that how these people's lives may vary, because as I've told you, and you see even from some of these different movies, that each person with autism has it differently, and this shows it very well, because you're seeing 5 different people who experience autism in different ways, and it's showing their lives and what you can do, and this will give you just a better idea of different people and how their lives will be affected by autism. Is Grandin, which talks about the autism advocate Grandin and her story, how she grew up and was told that she should go in an institution, and her mother said no, and worked hard and helped her daughter grow to be a lot more socially adept and able to succeed. It shows how she went about and eventually learned how to get into how she was in college, and she got into working with animals and that, and also how she became an autism advocate. This movie shows that you can work and improve with someone with autism, their social skills, and make it so that they can be able to succeed a lot better in life. You need to also make sure to focus on your strengths and that, because your strengths are where you can really do something you like, and also that you can make a difference in the world. And that she did that with her things with animal science and understanding how cows were feeling, and that she made some innovations in that field. So that's an important lesson to know about autism. So that's the list, and I'd like to know, do you have any movies that you suggest, or have you watched any movies, and have you got any other lessons from these movies besides the ones I mentioned? Please put those down in the comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe so that you can get more of our videos and you can learn how to improve the lives of people with autism. Because you know what? We can make the world a better place.